Hello everyone, this is Alex Marqueski from Marine Log. I'm at the Workboat Show 2025. I'm in the Regal Rexnord booth, and I'm sitting here with Bob Lennon, who is the industry manager for the company. Bob, thank you for being here.
Hi, Alex. Welcome. Thank you.
Of course, it's a great looking booth this year, and we're happy to be here. Learn a little more about the company. We're going to get into their technical expertise, their product innovation, their customer-centric approach to the industry, and learn a little bit about the strategic vision for the future.
Yep.
All right, so to start things off here, this is a broad question, but could you give me an overview of your marine powertrain solutions? How do they address some of these unique challenges in the marine space?
Yeah, happy to. The Regal Rexnord family of brands brings together a lot of the industry-leading components that have been long well known in the industry. And the advantage is we can integrate component A with component B to take that drivetrain or powertrain approach to the customer's machine. You know, whether it's marine, industrial, whatever. The breadth of products between the simple bearings through the gearboxes to the clutch brakes to the couplings to the motors, the controls, from complete conveying systems and automation to this world of marine, where we're doing marine propulsion down in the engine room, and then up above deck where we're doing cranes, hoists, that kind of stuff with some of the clutch brake and the gearbox products. It's just a marriage of a lot of really industry-leading brands that gives us an advantage over anybody else in the industry today.
All right, makes a lot of sense. Thanks for that in-depth answer. So, what sets Regal Rexnord apart as a leader in the marine powertrain technology space?
Specific to marine, we've got a handful of the industry-leading brands. A lot of these started out and came out as family-owned companies originally. And my background from this company, Senta, specifically, we had more patents and industry-leading, technologies over the decades compared to anybody else in the industry. Yare, our other coupling and shafting partner out of Spain, similar story to Senta. Another German coupling group that's closer to my world, Stromag, a very similar story. But that same story holds true to the other product lines, the clutch brake stuff, the gearbox stuff, etc. It was just a lot of history of these brands of leading the industry and being the patent and the innovative, the solutions people that the industry grew up relying on and trusting. And now we're all combined into one happy family.
Yeah, sounds like a great setup you got going on.
And a big family.
Yeah, there you go. All right, could you give me some details on the evolution of Regal Rexnord's marine offerings and how the company story, the broad company story, reflects your commitment to the industry?
Sure. So Senta came into the Rexnord world in 2018. Rexnord, however, had been in the industry for quite some time. One of the earliest brands known might be Falk. And Falk for decades had industry leadership in the large marine transmissions. They would come to us at Senta for the torsional coupling, so we had worked with the Falk marine gear guys for a long time. But then it carries on from that tradition with the other acquisitions. So 2018, Rexnord buys Senta. 2021, I believe it was, we did a merger with this company, Regal Beloit, another Wisconsin-based company. But Regal brought us another whole world of similar family brands, industry leaders, and a lot of complement in gearboxes and some other coupling technologies that just worked great with Rexnord. Put us into some other market areas around the world where we maybe had gaps, and brought us a stronger team, more people, a lot of really good people on the teams now. And then the most recent was our acquisition of a group called Ultra. And through the Ultra acquisition, we got real heavy in a lot of these industry leading and a lot of the clutch brake products that Tony will talk to you about. But combining all those together, we can now go through that whole propulsion drive line, and we'll show you some of the products later, and just be that one-stop shop that the industry can trust to have industry-leading products and put it all together in one simple package.
All right, makes perfect sense to me. So I asked Tony a similar question. Gonna lean on your expertise here. What are your key products to support this full marine story? You've given me a bit of a backdrop on it now, but in your mind, some key products.
Yeah, a little deeper dive. And again, my background on the coupling world and the shafting. Senta is a key. Yare out of Spain and Stromag out of Germany are three good partners. And then we'll show you a demo here out of the UK, a group called Twiflex. So between Twiflex, Senta, Yare, Stromag, we can do that complete drive line integration. Twiflex is industry leader in that shaft turning, locking, braking. and it just meshes perfectly. We've done projects where we took a Centa coupling for an electric motor drive ferry,
Okay.
and we integrated right into the coupling the Twiflex braking system.
Wow.
So the shipyard and the customer had one source that combined those two products into one space.
Okay.
Simpler installation, maintenance, purchasing, procurement, just simplified a lot of things. But down the, the shaft line, whether we're talking about our carbon fiber technology in either Yare or Centa with some of the brand mix, or maybe it's a steel shaft line to a classic propeller. Yare's got some industry-leading products in the hydraulic clamping hubs that are used on steel shafting.
Okay.
So we really don't care, and we cross a lot of boundaries on the type of vessel.
Yes.
We're not just tugboat-centric or ferry. Anything but a pure sail vessel or a rowboat has a propulsion drive somewhere, and some manner of the Regal Rexnord brands can fit a need and fit a space there.
There you go. Appreciate that answer. It's really illuminating. So, how does Regal Rexnord integrate advanced engineering and technology into its the powertrain products?
The integration side of it, I would take an answer that it's the team we've put together.
Yeah.
And we've been building that over the past, 12, 18 months and really refining it. And I brought some of the application engineers to the booth and the show here this year for their first experience of the industry.
Yeah.
But really trying to build that engineering and application team that can look at a blank piece of paper from a naval architect and tell them the best components to put there to have the best, highest quality asset that they're designing for customer X, whoever's boat. But again, it doesn't matter the style of vessel, whether it's pleasure, whether it's military, naval, Coast Guard.
Covers everything.
We can really cross any of those borders, and we're bringing the industry, again, application engineering leadership, and building that trust factor that they know they can just make one phone call and check off a lot of boxes here with Regal Rexnord.
Yeah, I'm sure that's really, really great for your customers. So, 2 more questions coming up. We're about rounding up here. How is Regal Rexnord contributing to sustainability and efficiency in the maritime sector?
On the sustainability piece, that's one of our core corporate values. Environmental awareness is really, really part and parcel to our day-to-day operations, from the plant level, whether it's the recycling, the using responsible materials, etc. But the way I look at it more is from the product standpoint, and where's the industry going? And that's a lot of hybrid, and it's a lot of electrification. And you see it, walk around the show. We were just a coupling guy and a drive shaft guy. But into the world of hybrid specifically, we have a lot of key leadership in torsional vibration analyses. We know how to do those calculations. And in a hybrid environment, you're now, I love it because you're adding maybe an electric motor generator. Well, you need one more coupling. Great, ring my bell again. But to do the torsional analyses of that vessel early is really important. And we know the questions to ask, because it's not only, masses and inertia of motors and engines and couplings and shafts and gearing now, it's operating conditions. So what percent of time are you going to be on your internal combustion engine? What percent of time are you going to be on your electric motor? What percent of time might that motor be a generator? Taking all those operating conditions into account in that torsional analysis space is hugely important. And again, the leadership, the Regal Rexnord approach to that really sets us apart. So that's my answer on the sustainability piece.
Perfect. Makes a ton of sense to me. And as we wrap things up here, just want to say thanks so much for all the insight. Get one more question here. What trends do you see shaping the future, specifically in the marine powertrain technology space? What are you guys doing to kind of properly meet those needs?
Yeah, back again to the comment about hybrid and electric. And again, just walk the show and you see it everywhere. And again, as a coupling guy and a torsional vibration guy, we don't care. I don't care what that, motor engine combination. You still need to couple stuff together at the end of the day. And that's exciting because, everybody globally wants to be more responsible. I spent so many years telling everybody I was a diesel engine coupling guy. I can't say that anymore. Diesel's dirty. But diesel's still a fact. It's not going to go anywhere for some time. But we don't care what the fuel source of that internal combustion engine is. So we're seeing ammonias, we're seeing methanes, we're seeing LNG. anything they can get into that cylinder that'll go bang,
Okay.
I don't care, because
Yeah.
you still got to transmit torque, you're still going to have torsional vibration, etc.
Yeah.
And then the other side, the move to electrification and pure electric motor and battery. Maybe you still need a generator set somewhere on the boat.
Yeah.
So there's another, there's still a coupling there probably. And even the electric motor connection, you still need couplings, you still need shaft brakes. So the future to me, what's that perfect answer? I don't think the industry knows yet.
Yeah.
I read more and more now about modular nuclear power for large container, the big box ships. But electric's here to stay. The internal combustion is, I think, here to stay, but that fuel source is going to vary.
Yeah.
But wherever that industry goes, a company like ourselves, we're still going to have a key role to play in that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we like to be, on the forefront of where that industry is going, and be one of those leaders, bringing those solutions to the market.
All right. Well, perfect, Bob. Thank you so much. That wraps up my interview. I really want to take the time. Thank Bob for welcoming us into his great-looking booth this year and for the expert analysis. Thanks again, and please continue watching our YouTube channel.
All right, so over here, Alex, we've got a couple of these specific products we were talking about earlier in the brand and the integration and the industry leadership. And from the Senta side here, one of our longtime patents and an industry leader there, the green, is what's called the Senta Link design. People call it dog bones. Think soft-mounted engine in a tugboat or a ferry. And what this technology brings is really high misalignment capability. So in a soft mount engine environment, you're going to have a lot of XYZ pitch, roll, yaw of that motor. And this is the industry standard for soft mount and quiet boats. We were talking earlier about the integration of brands and shafting. And what we've got here is a nice printed model of a Twiflex turning, locking, braking system. So this would typically be somewhere on the tail shaft side, and would allow the ability during maintenance primarily or emergency lockdown to prevent the shaft from rotating while you're working on the system. The geared drive and the gear teeth you see there allow the shaft to be turned as may be needed for the maintenance team again. So Twiflex, an industry leader here, turning, locking, braking systems, and these integrate perfectly again with the Senta shafting solutions and some of the other Yare products we were talking about before. So Alex, over here I've got another display showing our global leadership in carbon fiber shafting and the various brand technologies that we can combine to be an industry leader. So here in my hand from our brand Yare out of Spain is what they call Lamy disc. So this is a metal disc pack flexible coupling, and those disc packs allow a small amount of misalignment between the driver and driven side of the shaft. And then we integrate that into our industry-leading carbon fiber tube for the intermediate drive shafts here. And then in addition to the Yare and the Lamy disc, based on how much misalignment that boat system may need, we could step to higher misalignment capability of a full composite drive shaft, Senta Disc C, or the industry-leading kind of the Cadillac, again brings that Senta Link we looked at earlier, the dog bone, and we put a set of Senta Links on either end of the carbon fiber tube. So from a simple water jet ferry that's very well aligned, where cost is more of a driver, the Yare Lamy disc is an industry lead, and then you move to maybe a pilot boat or a rib where you want lightweight. The Senta Disc C is extremely lightweight because it's all composite. And then you step up to a ocean-going blue water tugboat, a soft-mounted engine system again that's going to have a lot of dynamic motion, and you combine the flywheel coupling of the Senta XL with a lightweight carbon fiber shaft and the dog bones again, and you've got the bulletproof, the noise damping, and the high misalignment that vessel owner and the naval architect are looking for.